I'm on. I can't believe I did that.
We are live.
Oh, jeez. So,
It was.
so like I say, it's got to be something to do with Zoom because I pressed start and it went.
It was really weird because after I stopped the stream, I just randomly heard Aidan laughing. I don't know where it came from.
That was because I started a live.
It's a ghost. All right.
We are so sorry, people. We've had computer thingies. I'd set it all up. I'd tested it this afternoon with Mark, and I don't know what it was. I don't know if I've not got an up-to-date Zoom or what.
I think it was a combination of things because Zoom doesn't like talking to OBS for some reason. Like, I vote that we all collectively create a piece of software that is just meant for doing live shows where it's teleconferencing and streaming output. Like, why can't we do that?
That'd be too easy.
Yeah, I know.
All I can say is computers are a complete head fuck.
Yeah, well,
I'm glad I'm thick when it comes to PCs.
Mike doesn't even attempt it. He's just like, nope, Hangouts.
Yep. I'm gonna get on that this week and figure out why my audio wasn't capturing.
Now you can do a free. Is it a free 45-minute Zoom?
Yeah.
That's definitely what it's to do with. It's got to be definitely something to do with Zoom. Because how can I have just gone live on OBS?
Strange.
Because I thought I'll just test it. I got rid of the call and I tested it and it went live. Weird.
Whatever. Move on.
We're here now.
Yeah.
We are.
That's never a fun way to start a show. It's just by
being an hour late.
Downer. Yeah. Well, 49 minutes. Still better than Vapes do sometimes. Every week we have issues with Vapes do as well. I mean, it's nothing new. If it's not drivers or scene setups or audio capturing, it's some random thing like that. But regardless, we are here, we are live, and we are ready to entertain. Well, the evening started again with Aiden's package, which failed us.
Like it normally fails us.
Then we ended up time traveling back to the 1920s. So I think Mo's computer is a TARDIS or something.
Oh, don't start doing that.
Yeah, sorry about that, peoples.
I mean, you could hear Mo just fine, but I mean, you would just basically hear a giggle every now and then if we just kept going.
Yeah, me going, fuck, why isn't this working?
Yeah. And that's no fun for anyone either. So welcome, everyone, to episode 60.
Yay!
Could this be called 60.5?
Yeah.
60 Mark II? Either way. Yeah, we're here. We're live. And let's just start with the buffets. Who wants to go?
Not me. I'm trying to pop chat out.
No, you go.
I'll go first. Yay! Okay, so I've got 4 setups tonight. Yay! My usual daily banger, which is the Bonza and the Tesla 2.3. I'm starting to get sick of saying that. In there, I have some Catalina from Cloud Source, which is a cola flavor. Very nice indeed. I've got the Demon RDA on the H-Cigar VT250, DNA 250. Oh, yes. In there, I have got some of Chris's salted caramel killer custard. Very, very nice. And I have the Purge King with the Rebirth on top. And in there, I've got some jam on toast from the House of Vape, which is a strawberry jam on toast. It's weird how, like, how they managed to capture that toast flavor. I really want to work out how they can capture that in an e-liquid. Very, very strange. And then my last one, which is the mouth to lung setup I took out on the beer with me last night. Lifesaver, this thing. Really, really good. It's the Nautilus 2 on the Cool Fire Ultra 150 watt. And in there, I've got some Element pink grapefruit and blueberry, 6 milligram. And that is me tonight. So I will pass it over to who's going to have it? Ding, 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 ding. Mike.
Cheers, Mo. Also, I'm on 4 setups tonight. I've got the Old Enforcer with the Recoil Rebel. And in that, I've got some Homebrew Blue Slush. I've got the Detonator mod with the Preco tank on top. And in that, I've got some Blow Elixirs Blow Nut, which is that thing, that one. I've also got the Topside Dual with the, what's it called? Recurve RDA on the top. And in that, I've got Swish E-Liquid, Blueberry and Grape, which is that. And then I've got the old, well, it's not old, but the, what's it called?
Orion.
Yeah,
Orion.
Lost Vape Orion Q. And in that, I've got some 300ml apple and mango flavoured Subida.
Very nice.
Nice. Who are you passing it off to?
Yeah, I'll go, mate. You
Passed it off to Aidan, yeah.
I just want to apologise to everybody. It's just been a bit of a mess up. I'll tell you what, I've done loads of bits and bobs for names and all sorts. I sat for about an hour and a half. Thought we were all ready to go, and then that's it. Buggered it. I was so cheesed off. But anyway, you're here now. Thank you so much for joining us. What am I vaping on? I have got the new, what's it called? The Vowel. From V-Zone, and also the with V-Light, it's called. It looks a little bit like something you press to get your garage up and down, and it comes with the same as the Preco tank. It is a Preco tank, but it's a mouth to lung, which is really, really nice. This has 3 different settings on it. You've got at the bottom, it's for the first one is for Nick salts. Then the middle one is for like your 50-50 normal juice, and then you've got a high setting on it for either your juice or for your Nick. Really nice, really enjoying it. And in that, I've got some Dr. Salt's Blue Ice. I'm also on the Trio. I did the review for that from Vaptio. Again, you can use Nick Salts in this. It takes Nautilus coils, which I really like. Nice little bit of a vape. And in that, I have got some Whiz Mix Menthol Asylum. That's really good. Then we've got the Preco Plus kit, again from V-Zone. With the Preco tank on it. Now, Preco, I know everybody's saying about the eco-friendly. They are coming up now that you can put this into your recycle bin, whatever colour it is. And also, if you want to, you can send it to Horizon Tech, who have now joined with V-Zone as well, and they will recycle it for you. I'm not quite sure if it's free postage. I'm going to check that out. And in that, I keep calling it reggae juice, but it's not. It's reggae juice, Soul Rebel, which is a mango lychee and guava, which is really nice.
Ooh.
Then I'm on the 80s computer game, which is the Retro, which is the Ranger with the Falcon on top, with a little bit of Vampire Vape Still Watermelon Mojito, which I'm coming to the end of. That is all. The buffet is done. Over to the wonderful Nick.
Ta-da! I'm doing my best to be a good broadcaster here because personally I can't stand the flickering of Hangouts, and I know a lot of people share that sentiment. So I will be controlling everyone, and hopefully we won't have too much flickering going on with the Hangouts. But I have three setups, or I guess 2.5 setups. First one is the Axial RDA on top of this iJoy Shogun mod. There you go. I've got the tip that I got with the Hell Beast on top of there, which I think looks really nice. And I've got the nice little beauty ring as well. In that one, I'm vaping some Coil Turd coils with some Mox E-Liquid. This is a strawberry and dragon fruit flavor. Very basic, but tastes like strawberry candy, which I really like. Next one I've got is... boom, Topside with the goat. Topside Dual for those purists out there. I love this setup. This is like my go-to daily banger sort of setup. It's kind of like how I was with the Relo. I just that thing was always in my bag or my pocket and just went everywhere with me. And yeah, been really enjoying that. Finishing up my last little bit of Air Factory Blue Raz Taffy in 3. Yes, I am vaping some nicotine today, but there's like nothing left. So that's pretty
The way
much
I feel like drinking it.
But it's pretty much the end of that one. Excuse me. And the last little half a setup, I guess you could say, is this one right here, the S1 Quit Kit from Steeped Vape Co. over in the UK. So that's over from your side of the pond there. And in that,
just done the review on it.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I saw Mark's review on that. He did a really good job. And I've got some Cibida in that as well. So that's what I'm vaping on today. And let's open it up to the floor. I don't know. Does anyone feel like being brave and doing some shout outs?
Yeah, because I've been an idiot, I'll do it.
Don't blame yourself, man. It's all right.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, I need to go and get some of that Cibida. Steve Nichols, I see, brother. This motherfucker here, I love saying his name. This motherfucker here, I want to do it loads of time. DJLS Vapes, it's always nice to see you, brother. Dion, Bill Richards, Jay Jarry, Village Vapor, the wonderful Jules Mama Vapes. We've got Jonathan Redman. We've got Mike, MF Vapes, Kevin K. We've got the wonderful Steve Daligaff Porter. I love that bloke to death. Jonathan Redman. We've got the wonderful Andy Summerfield. We have got, it's all right, we're going down the list. I've said Andy Summerfield, Dithrin, and we've got Dalius Kazian. I think I said that right. UK Andy, nice to see you, brother. The wonderful Salford Vapor. See if I can do them in voices. Who else we got? I think that's roughly around about what we've got. The wonderful Ronnie Campbell. Jay Jarry, we said Jay Jarry, nice to see you, brother. I'm probably about 6 miles up from it. Yeah, and that's roughly about what we've got in it. The wonderful Tempest, Graham Spears, Ian Morgan. Me, your Yorkshire pudding. That's what we've got in the chat. We had about 30 to 40. I think they've all thought, sorry, I'm going to bed.
Well, yeah. You did a good job there reading them out. And I have a 3-year-old pushing stuff under my door currently.
A 3-year-old what?
Child, I should say. I should probably qualify that. It's not the dog. Don't worry.
Got a little kid trying to get underneath it like that.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. So we briefly spoke a little bit on a few little topics here before the show. I forgot what they all are now that we had those issues. I think one of them was the fact that there was an article published recently about the fact that vaping is twice as effective as all the other various different methods of quitting. So, I mean, I feel like that's going to be kind of a broad topic, but if anyone wants to chime in on that, by all means.
I'll tell you what, you know, when you were doing all what you were actually vaping on, I'm going through my head thinking, what were it? The only one that kept sticking in my head were about that one on the plane. And then I was trying to find, I'm thinking, come on, no, it's nothing to do with rice. No, we talked about that. And I'm clicking through everything we were talking about. Yes, it is more. I think that was from the Don't Smoke or Stop Smoking people. The finding that vaping is twice more effective than any other form of trying to get off of smoking, which is including obviously your patches, your gums, and your sprays. Which I know plenty of people down at the doctors who do the stop smoking stuff and saying exactly the same.
Did you got any of you guys try any of that stuff before in the past?
I tried it all. It was only vaping that works for me. I tried the patches, tried the gum, tried the inhalator thing, and I also tried the Champix tablets. And I don't recommend them fucking tablets for anyone. But
luckily, I found vaping before any of that. Like, at first, I never thought I would ever want to quit. And the first thing that I found to quit was vaping. I didn't even put a thought into my head about trying the gums or the patches. I'm like, I know that's not going to work. So I mean, not that I even wanted to quit anyways. I just looked at them on TV and I'm just like, psh, who wants to quit smoking using gum, you know? So I found vaping and I'm super glad I did because it worked right off the first time I tried it.
Yeah,
I'm just going to say it before I really laugh, right? If you look at Mike sideways, right, he looks like Sean Connery off the Highlander.
what the fuck?
You know where he's got his beard put in like in a ponytail. If you like sort of turn his head sideways, it looks like Sean Connery.
Right fucking there.
That's what he said.
I was going to say, you flip him upside down and he's a troll doll.
Yeah.
Right fucking there. Twice, cunt.
Sorry, I just have to say it because it was just going through my head. Yeah, that Champix, I've heard it's really, really bad.
Mate, that stuff fucks with your head. Champix fucks with your head bad. It actually states on the packages one of the side effects is suicidal tendencies.
I don't even know what that is.
What is it? It like kills like 15 people out of 100, something like that.
I'm not surprised.
Like what?
I tried the tablets for 2 weeks and yeah, fuck that.
That number is probably wrong, by the way. I'm just I think I saw something out there, you know, about the stats, but I know for a fact that that number is wrong.
Didn't we touch on it the other week about that they're actually doing it for kids now as well?
Oh, well, okay. So they're coming up with a new kind of drug to combat the whole epidemic, and I have to use heavy air quotes on that because there is no epidemic. But anyways, they're trying to develop a drug or something to help kids that are addicted to nicotine. And I'm like, really? They're basically making Chantix for kids. So
that just doesn't make sense, does it?
No.
Well, all I can say is fucktards.
We were obviously touching about this subject as well. I mean, we sort of saw another one as well about the mayor of New York. He's trying to ban flavors and trying to ban and put tax on vaping. But I know you said it was a lot the same in America, but it's okay to legalize marijuana. It's getting plain and simple to see that it's anybody who sat on the outside of it all can see that it's all to do with money.
Yeah, how can you not see that? I mean, they're trying to monetize something. You know, they're trying to demonize something in order to monetize it, essentially. So cigarettes are bad. Okay, great. And well, us as the public health defenders of this country are going to allow you to continue doing this behavior, but we're going to make sure that you're broke if you do it. They're going to really feel it.
What my point was sort of, if you've then got the fact of that vaping is attacking big pharma as well, which obviously, if I remember rightly, last year in the UK, they were about 30% down of the gum, the patches, and also the sprays, which remember they are regularly available just to take off the shelf. You're probably getting it from all sides, aren't you? You're getting the big tobacco and also the big pharma.
Well, that's why people say that, big tobacco and everything is our enemy and all this. But it's like, okay, they're not our first enemy. Our first enemy, the big one, is big pharma, in my opinion. And big tobacco could be an ally, but also they're looking to close down the entire our entire side of the industry. They want their closed proprietary pod system so that you have to buy their brand. I mean, how ingenious is a proprietary system if you think about it? Because then you're just stuck. You have the battery and you are just stuck using their cartridges or whatever. Like, it's just genius marketing.
LabWorks is in. If I remember rightly, he's from Australia, I think.
Yeah.
Nice bloke. I watched a show with Ken and Dull Dime as well. We're on. And I think the Vaping Goat. Nice bloke. See, they've got it really bad over there, haven't they?
Oh, yeah. Australia? I feel like I, as an American, feel bad for them dealing with their government because they're. If it were up to them, they'd do an outright ban of nicotine in the country.
Yeah,
you're right there, Steve McCauley, as well.
Well, if you're gonna, Mike, you got to read the question. You can't just respond.
Sorry, it says that Big Pharma supplies Big Tobacco with the paper.
It makes you think. What are they coating that with? Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Get your tinfoil hats on. Sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to yell at you.
I'm used to it, man. I'm used to it. I'm always
cat
getting a
has
bollocking off of Yosemite Sam.
Oh. Just don't treat me like your cat, all right?
You've had to cuddle, not sod off.
I get it, right? It was you've had your cuddle, now fuck off and go to bed.
Yeah, and I went, you don't talk to your wife like that, do you?
If I had a wife, I probably would. But mind you, that's probably why I haven't got a wife.
You've got to remember there can only be one.
Right fucking there.
But I mean, as far as studies and everything goes, you know, they're in the process of doing a lot of long-term studies on vaping, and there's new findings all the time, right? And they're saying that vaping doesn't cause lung damage. There's no difference of exhaled vapor and exhaled breath, or just regular air, as far as air quality is concerned. And they're saying there are, obviously thousands of less toxic chemicals.
Uh-oh.
And you don't deny this evidence. That's right. Silence.
What happened?
I don't know. I was waiting for a reply from one of you.
Yeah, but you stopped.
We don't know what you said. You just stop.
Oh, where did I stop?
At a point where your face will go, yep.
Well, my point was, how can you deny the evidence that vaping is safer than smoking, like our entire government is right now?
You can't. And it's the same in Australia and the same here. You could just, anybody with half a brain cell could just see what's happening. It's just so frustrating. Because the studies, it's the same here over in England. Obviously, they've always been big on harm reduction. And I think it's the way you can just see it. And we know why as well, because we spoke about it so many times on the show. They've already spent half the money as well from what they're going to get from it.
So Daniel DJ LSB has got a good point there. He was approached to participate in one of the long-term studies. He thinks specifically or especially reviewers who vape so much, so many liquids and so many devices for a long time should participate. I think that's a bloody good point.
Yeah.
I would definitely participate if I were asked.
Tell me about it.
Because I have a strong feeling that I can back up the evidence from someone that vapes daily, heavily all day, especially working in a vape shop. I get paid to sit there and vape all day, So I don't know if it would be different since I vape 0 milligram now, or mostly 0, I should say. But, there should be a data set for that as well, in my opinion. But
do you find that when they do these tests, though, Nick, they normally go and get some Joe Bloggs out of nowhere and who's never vaped, and then start sticking them on 20-odd milligram, or if they're doing these tests, they're getting like an old type of like C4 or whatever, or the old clearamizers, and then sticking about 1,000 puffs through something that you wouldn't stick 1,000 puffs through. Think about it, and then all the stuff. You know what I mean? You'd never do 1,000 on it, would you? You'd probably do 300 and then throw it away.
Right. I definitely think they're using a lot of older equipment. I think they call them Gen 2s, which are like the Ego battery kind of system with the CE4s. Here goes a dog again. And Cigalikes that may or may not contain Chinese-made e-liquid, which we all know Chinese-made e-liquid is not the highest of quality. So I think that's a little bit biased and a little bit ignorant on their part. And, you know, all it takes is asking. They could have just asked someone, what's the most average setup you could find? Or what would you say is, you know, what people normally use, you know, because you can get a pretty good data set just from seeing the newer hardware. I mean, I'm kind of curious about that myself. Like if there's any differences between pod systems and, you know, mods, full blown 200-watt mods or anything like that. I'd love to see some data saying like, this is how much nicotine the average person gets, you know, from this system a day versus this system.
Yeah. And obviously, as well as, you know, like the mouth to lung stuff, you'd be quite happy if they took a Nautilus coil and maybe stuck a 1,000 drags out of that. Do you think you could get 1,000 drags out of a normal standard coil? What do you think actually is the standard amount of vapes you can get from a standard coil, do you think?
I'd say 1,000 is a pretty good estimate, to be honest. I've had people keep track of their puffs when they come into the shop. They go, yeah, I only got 300 puffs on this one. I normally get this many. I'm like, you actually count or like keep track of the number that's on your screen when you change a coil? Oh my God. Like, I don't do that.
But obviously, if puffs a day.
Pardon?
I have over 300 puffs a day.
Oh, easily. I think we all do. I think the average is somewhere between 300 and 400, but I would say we are most likely at probably closer to 700. Most of us.
Easily.
And it was just like this one, 2.3 seconds. I would imagine that's roughly about what you'd take a drag for.
Yeah, that's about
that
right.
Actually, 1.9.
Wait, does this have a second? This doesn't have a second counter.
Yeah, this one has a second counter. So you'd have to do that as well because you wouldn't be continuously pulling on it. I wonder when they come out with these, like sort of how they test stuff, they don't actually see when you did science at school. You used to have to, when you did one test, then you had to explain how you did it, and then you had to redo it again. So you could have, you know, like maybe 3 or 4 times. Then you got the results, and you said what you used, how many seconds it was for. You never seem to see this information, do you?
Yeah.
We don't actually see any of the information properly, do we?
Well, you are currently in the witness protection program, so we don't even see you.
Okay.
You're back. There he is.
Oh, what was I whited out again, was I?
Ah. Yeah, a little bit.
You made me think my camera had fucked up then.
But another thing that I saw this week was vaping is now more popular than smoking in the armed forces, at least in America. I thought that was kind of interesting as well. Like, you would think that they would have better access to something as simple as like cigarettes as compared to like vaping devices, especially those who are deployed overseas, you know, where they don't have regular access to vape shops maybe, or something like that. Like, I mean, I know personally people that have been overseas that vape, and they say, yeah, most people smoked, but I was able to either get some stuff in, or like people would send me packages. And sometimes like there's even programs out there, like the Vape Vet program supplies active duty military members, and I believe even veterans as well. They supply them with free starter kits, free e-liquid, and a lot of e-liquid manufacturers will just send a ton of juice to the Vape Vet program in order for them to just give it out to the troops, which I think is really cool.
So they've actually got a program then, like Vape Vet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wicked.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty cool thing.
Obviously, you know, the Batman is one of me. I like watching him. He's a really cool guy, and he obviously goes out to the rigs, doesn't he? So when we were talking on that live stream, he went over when he goes to his. I think he's there for at least a couple of weeks. I think maybe more, and he takes the stuff what he's going to test over with him.
Yeah, that's so cool. I think it's such a unique case. You know, it's like you have a vape reviewer who's also like has this profession that's kind of like a tricky one, you know, and I think it's even sometimes more than at least 3 weeks at a time. I think in some cases it's months that he can be gone, and you have to stay supplied basically, because that would be, man, if you run out of juice halfway through, doing a hard job like that too, messy, just oof, that would not be fun.
Just to call off of what we're talking about, Gary Hartland, is anybody going to do a review on the Umie Bombus RTA? I have had it for 3 or 4 weeks now, and I can't wick it properly. Any idea, Nick, or anybody?
I'm not in contact with that company, unfortunately. So
I'm not quite sure what it looks like.
No,
I've not seen it yet.
Not seen it.
I have a look to see if I can get one.
If anybody in chat, anybody else, any of the reviewers or anybody who's got it, if you can help him, please get in contact with him. But yeah, to have a job that's absolutely, like you said, just 3 weeks away from your family, and then having to come back for that week. And he says, I put my videos out and do them all when I'm at home, and then I still have to spend time with his wife. Yeah. Well, they've also brought that program in for prisons as well, haven't they?
Yeah, and I thought that was interesting too. The like safe cigarette where you can't break it open to like create a weapon with it or anything like that. It produces such a low power that you can't like shock someone with it. And not only that, I've learned that it goes even further, where when you buy one, it's scanned. It has a barcode on it, and they scan it, and you have to return it as well. So you can't like buy them and then sell them to other prisoners. It's attached with your name and everything. So you have to be the one that buys it and returns it. So I think that's kind of interesting.
It's obviously that's again another high pressure environment, and a lot of people obviously will go there smoke, and when they came to the point of the smoking ban that they couldn't do it where they were in the cells and stuff, I actually thought to myself, God, that's going to cause a hell of a lot of trouble, because you know yourself, when you've tried to stop smoking, you have all sorts of different emotions because you're trying to get off the nicotine, and especially with cigarettes, you're not trying to just get off the nicotine. All them thousands of other chemicals that you've been taking in daily, you're going to have a massive come down from. And obviously, they're in that pressure environment. No matter what they've done and what they haven't done, they would. I thought to myself, I think especially in England, I think one of the first places was the Isle of Man, where they first started the vaping sort of side for them to have them. To have a load of people wandering around a jail who is trying to get off of cigarettes and just stopping them completely cold turkey would probably be a nightmare.
And not only that, like you said, like for whatever reason they're in there, some can be in there for drug charges. So maybe they're also getting off of drugs at the same time, you know, by force essentially. So to be denied not only your drug of choice, but also nicotine as well, it's doubling down. And I think it would enrage some people even. And I feel like if you just give them their nicotine, then it might calm them down a bit. And so they could be a little bit more, you know, chill rather than attacking each other and all that. I mean, it's not going to get rid of the problem, but it would help, I feel. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Well, I've just ordered.
But obviously they can actually vape inside.
Was that Mike?
I was saying I've just ordered one of those RTAs, so I'll let the bloke know.
Well, there you go. Check out Mike next.
Keep your eyes peeled on his channel. Yeah,
it's one of the. You've got to be careful as well how you word it about with prisons, because you get a lot of people who are like, oh, they shouldn't have anything, they shouldn't have heating, they should be fed once a day, and it should be bread and water, and they all should be locked up against the radiator. Obviously, certain people do things wrong, but you've still got to think about the poor guards who are going to be there and all.
But you also have to think that they're human beings first and foremost, and also there's different levels. You know, there's different levels of crime. So someone could be in there for tax evasion, you know, and then the next guy could be in for murder. So,
yeah,
like, are you going to make different housing for different types of crimes and have some conditions worse than others? Like, that's, I feel like, just inhumane.
Have you ever found that though? You get certain people that think that anybody who is sort of done who goes to prison that they should have to suffer majorly. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to say? Like what you were saying there was that obviously people do different crimes. You could be in there for driving whilst disqualified. People make mistakes in your life. Shouldn't be tarred with all the same brush.
So I always fall back on George Carlin because he had a bit talking about prisons, and he said that we should wall off the 4 most squarest states that have the square border or the cross border like that. We should just put a fence around all of them in between. And in one you have the violent crimes, in the other you have the drug crimes, in one you have the miscreants and sexual predators, and over here you have I don't know, some other type of crimes. But anyways, what he was proposing is there would be random gates in the fences along the way, and they would only open for 30 seconds every month. And after a while, and you also give each one a stockpile of whatever their crime was involved with. Just give them all the gun or all the weapons people, give them tons of guns, all the drug people, give them tons of drugs, and just let them slowly kill each other off. But
fucking hell.
It's a bit funnier when he says it, obviously. But
yeah, you sort of went way deep.
But if you think about it, it's a bit of an interesting thought, because
sounds like the script of a next dodgy sci-fi movie.
Right? Actually, that would probably make a pretty interesting movie. It would be a lot like The Purge, I feel.
Yeah.
You'll have to contact Sci-Fi Channel on that one, Nick.
There you go. Let's make a movie.
Did you? I know we're going a little bit off of vaping here, but did you see the one in Brazil where the actual prisoners run the jail? They've got about 6 or 7 guards who let them in, and then the prisoners run the jail themselves.
Yeah, but the problem with that is there's too many prisoners. The guards are so outnumbered that they couldn't run the prison. And it's a little bit, it's not like a perfect utopian society of this nice friendly little jail where the prisoners do all the work and mop the floors and all that. No, it's a dangerously overpopulated prison where the guards basically fear for their lives on a daily basis and just survive by getting along with the prisoners as best as they can, while the prisoners just walk
as well as there's inmates who brought the wife and children in there, so they live with them. They've not done anything wrong. They don't have to be there, but they bring the wife and the children. There's kids running around.
That's just odd.
Yeah, that's weird.
I thought it as well. It was a BBC documentary.
That's some weird shit.
Go ahead.
I was just saying that's some weird shit.
No.
Yeah, it is weird.
Since you like saying his name so much, this motherfucker here has an interesting point. If you want to read his comment.
Yeah, it's the banged up abroad, or was it a little bit further up? Norwegian prisons have the lowest reoffending rates in the world. They treat prisoners with dignity and give them an education. Yeah, it's banged up abroad. It's strange, some sort of stuff how people. It's the same as that woman who went to obviously pharmaceuticals and stuff. The woman who went to Egypt, she came from England, went to Egypt. She got a boyfriend over there, and she took him some tramadol. Now, here in England, tramadol's used for bad backs and stuff like that. She took it over there to give it him, and she didn't know it. Well, she might have known, but she didn't hide it. She walked through the airport, they searched her, banged her in jail for 2 years.
In Egypt?
In Egypt. You can't have tramadol.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's an opiate, isn't it?
It's been all on the news, and that she'd been there. I think she was there maybe longer than 2 years. She was from England. It's a banned drug.
Yeah, it's opium based, isn't it?
Yeah. And she didn't hide it. She didn't stuff it anywhere or try to conceal it. She just walked through. They took her and then tried her, and that was it. Took tramadol.
I mean, I guess if you're going to be traveling somewhere, you should probably learn the laws or something along those lines, because I'm sure there's something that says don't take prescription drugs on, across the border. Is it prescription or is it over the counter?
Prescription.
Yeah, prescription only.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, was she prescribed it or was he, or because this is
I don't know the ins and outs of but it's like cocodamol. That's opiate based as well, isn't it?
now I'm gonna have to Google this. I'm gonna have to read this story now. Oh, apparently Jonathan Redmond said she had a boatload of them in a suitcase.
I don't think she. I don't think she were like millions of them. It was that she was taking them over for her boyfriend because he had a bad back. Obviously, that could be just a cover of it, but she wasn't like inserting them anywhere, or she wasn't like trying to hide them in melons. You know what I mean?
Hide them in melons.
What?
You know what I mean?
Those aren't seeds.
Yeah, what are these?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I thought that melon did wonders for my bad back.
Yeah, right.
Well, they said orally.
I like how we just completely skipped over the whole fact that he said insert them somewhere.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
I've seen loads. Yeah, no.
Don't.
I'm just thinking like sort of things like, shit, where did that go?
That's quite enough of that. We've gotten far off topic now. But I don't know do we have anything else to talk about?
Right, back to insertion.
So what's your favorite kind of cheese?
Oh, mate, I'm so upset I can't play. I did a new segment for this, which is, what's your favourite cheese? And I actually sung the intro to it.
Oh, we can't. Well, I might be able. Yeah, I can probably show the meme. I can show the meme. I can screen share. Someone can screen share, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I'll just add it onto there. But it will be a section. We will get this all sorted. Next week, I will make... I'm hoping like maybe after this stream, we can maybe do a little Zoom hangout for 5 minutes and just see if it is Zoom.
Actually, that's a good point. If once we wrap this show up, we can do that. We can make it kind of an after show, or we can make it unlisted. It's up to you guys. But
yeah, no, we'll do it as a little after show. We don't have to stay on for hours, do we? We'll just stay on for 20 minutes or something
till we get it figured out, which could take hours.
We get it figured out, because it's obviously something. Because you know when we all went off and I pressed I went bang and it just streamed. And obviously, I went on and did a live with my brother today, and it was fine. That's why I tested it.
Bill, I used to actually take 50 milligram.
What?
Cocodamol's come in 3 different strengths: OTC, hospital issue, and doctor issue. Only 5 milligrams, 16 milligrams, and 30 milligrams. I think they actually go a bit higher than 30 milligrams, I think.
That's what I'm saying. I used to actually get prescribed 50 milligram.
Yeah, I think that's what my wife's got. Because she had cancer, and she's got lymphedema, so she has to take it for her arm.
Yeah,
my wife wouldn't mind me talking about this either. She got it was missed out. They didn't find out that she'd got the cancer for maybe a year and a half, and it grew on her ovaries. And when we found out we were that bad, it was the size of about 6 inches wide, and then it was the size of a watermelon. Jesus. That was inside her, and she was having lots and lots of trouble. So she had to have a full hysterectomy. Everything took away. She was only 28. We had 3 kids, so it sort of like made her have the menopause a little bit earlier. So obviously women have estrogen and men have testosterone. So the complications with that come is that if you don't have either of them, then you start getting bone density and your secondary cancer and stuff like that. So my wife was taking like a gel that you rub on your leg, where that was giving her the estrogen. And then they found that her actual testosterone levels were down as well. So she needed some of the testosterone gel. Now, our doctors, it comes up as called like a red drug, where you can't actually get it from the doctors. Our local doctor, what she had to do was she had to travel all the way to Sheffield, which is like 50 odd minutes, well, even more, I think. Was it about 50 odd mile away, I think, to Sheffield, to get the drug. Now, and I've got no problem with anybody having a sex change or anything like that's up to them, but if there was trying to turn themselves from being a woman into a man, then they could get it from our local doctors. but because my wife needs it because of cancer, she has to go all the way to Sheffield to get it.
That's mental. That is absolutely fucking mental.
That's ridiculous. Honestly.
That's crazy.
Honestly, she needs that to make sure that she's okay, but she has to be sent to Sheffield to get it. And she's going to wait in the hospital, so she's having to jump on a train, or somebody has to take her up there, and then you have to wait, and then you have to come back. So it's a day just to get your medication, and they won't give you, like say 6 months advance. You have to do it every month.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's quite the trip every month, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and again, I'll emphasize this. I've got no problem if anybody wants to change the gender. That's it's up to you what you want to do. But if you can get that at my local doctors in the local pharmacy, why can't my wife who needs it for cancer? It's just absolutely mental.
Postcode lottery. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Obviously, with your healthcare there in America, and you're obviously paying for it, I'd imagine you'd be able to get it there and then.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, oh, you want Vicodin? Okay, yep. Just go pick up your prescription. Boop. If you want Xanax, you want anything, pills. Here, have all the pills.
Yeah. See, I mean, I was taking codeine and then tramadol for so long, they don't even actually have any effect on me anymore, which is why I have to take diazepam when my back goes. And obviously, with my job, I can't take them when I'm working.
No,
you can't. No.
You see, I've always been a person who doesn't take tablets. I purposely don't take antibiotics. If I've got a cold, I try and let my body sort it out. I don't take very much for headaches. I'm one of these that when you do need these tablets, I need them to work. And obviously, because if you take them over time and it's like antibiotics, especially in the 80s, they used to just hand antibiotics out for anything.
Yeah.
And we were like, what else were women taking? Were it Valium? They used to, women who just had babies used to like hand Valium out like sweets.
No
so, Nick, have you seen anything nice and shiny that's coming out? I know we're coming on the back end of the Chinese New Year. Have you seen anything nice and shiny?
Man, there's a lot of stuff that's nice and shiny, but nothing that I've got in my hands currently, which is unfortunate. I do have something here from China that I have yet to take a look at, obviously, still in its wrapper. I will be doing that on a live stream tomorrow on my channel.
Yay.
Sneak preview there. But other than that, I don't know. I really like this. This is new and shiny and cool. Mass mods with unicorn mods. They did the axial RDA. That's really cool. I like it.
I actually feel it looks old.
It does because it's small. It's a smaller RDA. I'm pretty sure it's only, I don't know if it's 22 or 23, but it's kind of weird because it looks really tiny for some reason. I'm not actually sure if it's 22 or not. I can't tell. I can't tell by looking at it.
The speckled effect on it. It just reminds me of an old mod, and I can't think of the old mod it looks like with that speckled effect.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I feel like the beauty ring and just kind of the look of it is kind of like old school. But it's a fairly modern RDA. It's got kind of the rebirth deck and big post terminals, deep juice well, that kind of thing. So
sorry, I thought you were on about the mod.
No, no. The just the RDA.
Yeah.
The mod itself is it's meant to look like kind of like stab wood, but it's just resin. But everyone's doing resin lately. Everyone's doing resin. 2019 is going to be the year of mass resin with all of your mods.
They were like that in 92.
wrong type of resin, Hayden.
Good to have a giggle.
Yeah, the only shiny I've got on the way at the moment, other than that new RTA, is the Iona mod.
Well, but Mike, you have so many plans
I've got a lot of plans. Yeah.
for mod buying. What are you gonna like? You're planning all the way into May, aren't you, for Expo?
Well, it looks like for me, May isn't going to happen.
What?
Yeah, tell me about it. I'm going to be going to the October one.
What?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Why?
What?
Money, mate, money.
Dude, I'll send you money. You're going.
No, mate, trust me. I'll wait till October.
I'll split a room with you.
I still can't afford it, mate. Honestly, I've got to
The thing about Expo is you can live on pot noodles and I was taking. I didn't have a hell of a lot of money in the May. Everything had all come up. I was actually taking about 40 sausages from breakfast in a little tiny Tupperware box. I had about 40 pot noodles. I had 2 bottles of vodka, loads of Coke. I was fine.
Did you brew your pot noodles using the vodka?
Yeah, no, I just
Nice.
I were a good boy as well. I didn't drink them really till the Saturday. But yeah, you don't spend much while you're there.
Oh, mate, I think it was last May. I'd done close to £1,000.
Yeah, but don't buy
Holy
anything.
You bought 2 high-end mods or expensive mods.
Yeah, I need to get my credit card down before I could do Expo again. So,
I to be honest with you, I usually wait for the Sunday and I get some bargains, but I don't spend loads of money. Mine's more to like meet people. It's like you being there and Nick, Mobro will be there, and it's just nice. We all just sort of like,
Yeah, hanging out and having a
Yeah.
laugh.
yeah.
no, don't get me wrong. I want to go. It's just money.
We'll talk.
Work hasn't been there, so I've not been getting the overtime, which is what was paying off my credit card bill. Obviously, I'm still making payments, but it just ain't bringing the balance down enough.
We'll figure it out. We got time.
I'm going to Jam as well. Is it any of you lot going to Jam?
I've never been to a vape jam.
Yeah, I'm off to Jam. We went last year. Mark was talking for the NNA, and we went there and we had the full 3 days.
It's crazy.
When's
I've never been to a jam, and yet I only live about 45 minutes away from it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's April. I think it's April the 11th, 12th, and 13th. So it's from the Thursday. They're having 2 B2B days, I think, which is the Thursday and Friday, and then open to the public on the Saturday.
Okay. That's weird to have 2
fantastic.
B2B days and then 1 public day. That's strange, isn't it?
I might be wrong on that. They might be having the public day on a Friday and also on the Saturday, but it was like the Saturday. They did it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday last year. They didn't open the Saturday until either 12 or 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I found that with the first London Vape Show. It was B2B in the morning, and then I think it was like 12, 1 o'clock. They let the public in then. So you could get all your stuff away in the morning, all your shop stuff, and then the hordes of people came in. That was the first London Vape Show. I didn't go to the last one, so I don't know what it was like.
Yeah, me and Nick were there, and Mike.
Yeah,
I'm so looking forward to both of them. Me and Mark are driving down on the Saturday on the 13th.
Is there an LVS happening this year?
I doubt it.
I haven't heard anything. It's been quiet after the last one.
I don't think Vape Finders anymore, is it?
I've heard nothing from them. I've not seen anything posted online from them or anything.
No.
Yeah. I want it to continue in some way, shape, or form, because I know Tommy has been doing the Hemp and CBD Expo that's coming in March to the NEC. So I kind of want to talk to him and see if he'll be interested or could possibly do something like a hybrid show, like a vape and hemp kind of show at the Olympia. But people were saying how they should change venues and stuff. Like, I don't know. But I think if Tommy could run an event by himself, he could do it well.
There was something I read a little while ago that Olympia's going.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're going to, because they've got rid of the Earls Court exhibition and they're building on that. That's going to be like a shopping centre with luxury apartments surrounding it. And from what I read, they're planning on doing the same with Olympia.
Wow.
It's a good thing about Tom as well. He's such a great organizer, And he had, so I loved spending time with him, and especially when I was a brand new reviewer. He knew my brother because when he first started off, them two got talking and that. And he took me in and he helped me out as much as he could. He would take me to vendors that he'd come and talk this lad out. He's a good reviewer, just starting off. And he helped me so much at the beginning.
Yeah, he did that with me as well in the expo. He took me around a load of stands and said, you know, this is Mo Bro. He's a good guy and stuff. He's new on the scene sort of thing. And he hooked me up with a load of people.
He's a good bloke, Tom.
He'll always take time to help you out as well.
Yeah.
He'll give you the
I've got
time
a lot
of day.
of time for that, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know you guys if it weren't for Tommy, because Tommy basically just approached me and was like, hey, I've been putting your videos on my app. I hope that's cool. And I'm just like, yeah, all right, whatever. You know, didn't think anything of it. And then when he first started planning his event, it was, hey, I'm having London Vape Show. I'd love to have you over. And he helped me out with getting the ticket and everything. So, you know, massive, massive shout out to him for that. And just to watch what happened, you know, I hate to beat a dead horse, but to watch what happened to Vape Finder is just tragic.
Yep.
Because it got in the wrong hands.
Yep. Dire Thing says that the site has gone.
Mo Bro, just go and get the meme of the week for us, will you, bro?
Yep. Give me a second.
Yeah, it's sad, and I was proud to be a member of the Vape Finder team. There was obviously Mike, there was Nick, there was me, my brother, there was TVP, Empire, there was Devil Vapor. Who else were there? Have I missed anybody? There was Jay. Jay were there as well. And it was just nice to all be together. I think that's a brilliant thing of having a group of reviewers.
Yep. It was a good time.
It was something no one did before either. Like, there was no groups of reviewers, you know, like, and he still wants to do that sort of thing, but he's obviously hyper focused right now on the Hemp and CBD Expo. And I don't blame him for that at all. He's got to make a new name for himself.
Even the app's gone.
Wow. So, yeah, I mean, with that, I feel like he's going to be reborn into this new person. It's going to be Tom from now on, not Tommy.
It'd be nice. I'm so surprised that some massive company hasn't like picked him up and gone, look, we want you to be head of our massive marketing department. And because he's just got the gift of the gab, and he always makes people feel special, doesn't he? And somebody who's got a gift like that, it moves doors.
Yep. It'd be nice to see that the hemp one takes off and is a great success for him.
Well, I'm not sure. You know, I'm obviously guessing that it's this one goes well, he's going to do another one in October or sometime around there. What I'm trying to think of what 6 months from March, April, May, June, July, September. Anyways, so I'm wondering if he's going to plan one in September. If this one goes well, because if
it's getting very congested. You know, like the expos are getting very congested here in the UK. You've got the Vape Jam now. Vape Jam's moving to Liverpool, and also you've got the one in Manchester. Then you've got the expo here in Birmingham twice.
Yeah,
you guys need to come over here because we have one next weekend and then one the week after that. And then there's, I mean, I'm sure there's more in between, but then there's March, the NVE in March. And I believe there's 1 or 2 in April. Then there's one in May, the same weekend. ECC Vegas is the same weekend as Expo. So I'm kind of bummed I have to miss that one. But there's one in June in Texas. So yeah, but they're all over the place. You know, the country's huge, so obviously they're all over the country, but there's a lot of expos over here.
Obviously, your country is absolutely vast to what ours is. And if you think about it's like Expo, you're talking for your actual hotel and your breakfast, you're talking 250 quid, maybe more for the 3 nights if you're going Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then leaving on the Sunday.
In May, October last year, I'd done the Friday and Saturday nights, and that was 175 quid for the 2 nights for the hotel.
Well, I've done for the last 2 of them. We did because we used to come down on the Friday morning, me and Mark and Jan and my wife. But we did the last 2. We did the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it's roughly around about 240 odd pound.
Yeah,
and that's with your breakfast though as well. No, in fact, no, 260 with your breakfast. Well, like I said, I don't go there to. I go there to meet the vendors that have sent me stuff and to say thank you very much for it. I go there to meet all the reviewers, your friends who you talk just online with. You don't see them every week, and also the people who subscribe to you, the people who are in chat.
Yeah,
the amount of people you meet up with that's just absolutely fantastic.
I loved the little reviewers area with the couches because that was home base. And at any given time, there was like 1 or 2 people over there at least to just sit and chat with. And it's like we're all old friends, you know, it's the first time we meet in person, but we could sit down and have a conversation because we talk and, you know, we read chat and we talk and all this stuff on all the various shows throughout the year. Like we talk on a weekly basis. So I know, I swear, I know some people that are in chat right now better than my own friends here stateside.
Can you? I don't know if you actually remember this. When we were actually at that London Vape Show, that bloke turned up. He didn't really know all of us. He knew Chris Empire and he knew TVP and he knew you. And he was going around all of us, you're all reviewers and that. And then he went to my brother because my brother had a jacket on with AC/DC on. He says, can you remember it?
Yeah.
Are you AC/DC vapor?
Yeah. Who are you? Because we all had our own merch on, of course.
Yeah.
So I was wearing
it's going to go around.
My Daily Vape TV hoodie.
Obviously, you would. I noticed on your channel you put out about obviously Sibida that you were thinking about. Have you set a new channel up for that, or is that going to be more on your Instagram and stuff like that? Or
I'm not keeping it off of my Instagram, but I'm not also posting a million times a day about it. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, hey, look, here's what I'm testing. You know, and that's about it. But it won't be on my YouTube channel. It will be on my other video streaming platform, which YouTube doesn't allow you to link to in the descriptions or anything like that because they will shut your channel down or give you a strike for it. It's against their community guidelines to advertise for another video hosting service. But
are you allowed to say the word, or are you still not allowed to say the word?
Well, I could probably get away with it. You know, Everyone knows it's Vimeo, but quick, it's just the screen goes black and the channel gets. But yeah, it's gonna be over there. So I'm coming out with my. So go ahead.
I was going to say if I do any Sibida reviews, I'll be doing it on my VapeTube channel.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because VapeTube doesn't have anything wrong with Sibida. So yeah, the first one's going up soon. I don't know exactly when. I'm going to try to get it done this week, but it's going to be pretty much just a 5-minute little video talking about the product itself and what the packaging looks like. And, you know, here's what it does, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm also going to do a little write-up as well underneath the video on my website. So it'll be kind of like half blog, half just video advertisement show-offy kind of thing. So it's kind of cool.
We were talking a number of months just before Christmas about your lifestyle channel sort of thing that you're going to do with stuff with T-shirts with different slogans on them, and you was actually going to then post them out. Has that gone any further forward, or is it on a back burner?
Man, I've been so busy lately. I have one new shirt design ready to go, but I just never, and I haven't released it yet. That would be awesome if I could get more done with that, but it's all about, like, I would want to be doing collaborations with artists and stuff like that, and I have to go out and like find these people and tell them my idea and see if we can work out a deal. And I would also probably be doing this locally as well, getting them printed and everything. So it also has a big startup cost. So it's kind of like it's still on the back burner for right now, but things have been just crazy lately. You know, the past couple of months, finally getting out of like holiday season, holiday rush, and like now in the States we have tax season, so everyone's getting their tax refund checks back, and that's pretty much the end of when everyone buys a million bottles of juice from me at the shop. So hopefully it slows down a bit, but yeah, I'll have to work on that a little bit more. I'm going to come out with some new designs just for my own website, you know, my own merch line for Daily Vape TV. But as far as doing a separate clothing line or anything like that, it's kind of getting pushed back until I have more time for it.
So Mike and Mobro, we've sat down there, and everybody is now doing the tea tree, aren't they? Or tea spring, whatever it is. Or tea tree's ahead.
Tea spring. Tea tree.
Is it tea spring or
tea spring? Yeah.
Yeah, not tea tree. That's a shampoo in it. Are you two coming out with your merch line, or?
I don't think I'm big enough yet.
I'm toying with the idea. I've got a couple of designs that I've had done for myself, and when people have seen them, they've said they like them. But I get all mine done by closetorder.co.uk.
I can't remember who I used. I can't remember who I used.
They do some pretty decent sizes, and the quality of the t-shirts are good as well.
Yeah, you had them at London Vape Show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are nice. Those are like good quality shirts.
Yeah.
And the printing looked really nice.
Yeah, I mean, they worked out at about £20 a t-shirt.
It's not too bad.
Bit expensive, that.
Yeah. But then if you're a decent quality, you don't mind paying the money.
Well, the t-shirts I've got are pretty good quality. A lad who I know, they're literally about half a mile down the road from me, and that's what I'm going to be going through. He's just now getting the logo sort of set up for me on t-shirts and hoodies and stuff. Now, a t-shirt for me to get, you know, when I go to Expo, printed on the front and on the back, is a tenner.
Jesus.
Fuck, that's
the
cheap,
hats now, the little bro hat. Now they've actually got the logo on them. They're going to be able to get them out pretty cheap as well, mugs and stuff like that. So instead of going down the Teespring sort of range of it, I'm going to do like what Nick was thinking, where it comes to your house. He lives about 200 yards away from me. He drops it off the house, and I'll post it out.
Yeah, it's a lot more work, but there's lower overhead and it's a little bit more personal, you know. You can see the quality before you send it out and everything, because like at this point, if you buy a shirt from my website, I don't have any control over it. You know, people go, what is my order? I'm like, it's processing. You know, it takes a couple days to process, a couple days to print, and then a couple days to ship, but I have no control over it.
They're also you're earning probably on Teespring maybe 50 pence to a pound, which obviously goes back into your channel. I need loads of extra stuff. I could do a bit better camera and things like that. So I was thinking that obviously the extra little bit will then be able to be put back into my channel, get a bit better streaming camera and
new graphics card maybe.
Yeah, new computer. I'll tell you what, I know we've had that problem. But I bought that computer a year ago for 50 quid.
And it works like a 50 quid computer.
And yeah, when it works, it's fine on the streaming side of it. But you got to think, it does all my reviews, it does everything, and it's worked for a year perfectly. I think it's more to do with Zoom at the minute. I think is the problem, but we will sort that out. I've got 3 laptops. I could sit here and put it on the laptop. I've got a $1.5 laptop. I should maybe use instead, but
you just now think of this?
Well, no, because I'll tell you what happens with it. Well, I'll tell you the reason why I use that for my work, and I use it basically just for work. It's got all my tracks and everything on it. And when I used my first one, which again was an expensive computer, over the time of reviewing, getting all the juice in it, and it ended up making all the CPU, you know, like getting really hot. So then it got laggy. And a lot of my videos started going out of time and stuff. So that's why I got a standalone computer. I think the next thing, again, is to invest in another computer. But you know yourself, a lot of people think that you just sit here and it just works, and you do a review, and they don't realize how much time goes into it.
Yeah. And just to answer Gary Hartland, no, I don't just do reviews on VapeTube. At the moment, I haven't done a review for a few months. I've had quite a lot going on and still got quite a bit going on, but I will be doing a review this week. And it will be on YouTube and on VapeTube.
Well, there you go.
I'm going
Have
to
you
be...
had a bit of a break, Mike?
To be honest, it's been a bit of a forced break. It's not a break I've wanted, but it's a break I've had to take because there's just not enough hours in the day to do what I've got to do at the moment. So trying to juggle work and hospital and doctor appointments and things like that for Mum. Obviously, you all know she's not long had a heart attack. Yeah. She is capable of driving, but I don't like the fact that she drives, so I've taken the car keys away. Because until she's had a procedure done this Friday, we don't know if there's going to be another heart attack. And God forbid she has it behind the wheel. But it's not only her that I'm thinking of, it's every other fucker on the road. So that's
all the best for that, mate. I think it goes well.
As I say, Tuesday, I've taken this week off of work because it's the half term. So it's actually fallen in where I can do a bit of recording this week. Tuesday, I've got to take her to the hospital for the pre-procedure assessment and an ECG. And then on Friday, I've got to take her back to the hospital again for the actual procedure, where she basically has a cardioversion, which is like having a car jump-started.
How long should she be in hospital for?
It's only a day procedure, but she's basically got to be knocked out with a general anaesthetic and have her heart stopped and started to try and get the heartbeat regulated again. Because at the moment, her heartbeat is between 110 and 180.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Considering it's supposed to be 90, it's not surprising she did have the heart attack.
That's like she's running a marathon.
Yeah. So the way the doctors say she's in permanent AF, atrial fibrillation, or whatever the fuck it's called. So yeah, that's where I've been standing at the moment. But as I say, trying to juggle work and getting home from work to go to the doctors or the hospital, and then getting home and doing everything around the house that needs doing. There's just ain't enough hours in the day to do recording as well.
Yeah.
And being a coach driver, I need my beauty sleep.
Beauty.
It ain't fucking worked.
Not saying it.
Well, I said it for you. It ain't fucking worked.
Hey, Mo.
Yeah.
You got a meme for us?
I do.
Can you screen share it?
I do.
Right,
What we had, people, we had like 4 out there, and which we were going to show all 4, but obviously it all went a bit titsed up. But we picked between all of us this one, which is Lethal, if he's still around, mate. This one's for you, brother.
There we go. Let's share that. You guys seeing it?
Yeah.
So this one is from Ben Bennett, which is he's obviously screenshotted Chris Lethal Coils when he was on the show last week, and cheese holidays.
I just love the hands coming in the frame.
Yeah. And it looks like he's actually reading the book as well. It's so good. It's really, that's a good Photoshop.
I think
so.
Congratulations should be the name of our next episode.
Yeah.
Cheese
What's
holidays.
your favorite cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so cheesed off. I've spent ages doing that.
Cheesed off.
Yeah, well, I'm carrying on the puns with Nick because he was punning it all day today. But yeah, it's going to be one of our things. What's your favorite cheese? And I think it's ever so funny that.
So, yeah, congratulations to Ben Bennett as well.
We have a new top dog.
Yeah, a new top dog this week. So,
please make sure you go over to the meme site and the troll site, and please start putting your memes in. We will be putting a segment of the show where we're going to be pushing that out, aren't we, Nick?
Yes, we are. And that's all Mo's doing. So Mo is like the captain of that ship.
Yeah, definitely. What are you doing?
Got a little visitor.
Yeah, so...
and yes, Lab Works, it's what you said.
Keep them coming. Keep them coming. We love them. The Photoshops are the best. They're so good.
What's that say? Arterial... fibrillation. That's the one, yeah. Arterial fibrillation.
So, with that being said, I think that about wraps it up, you guys. Right?
Yep, sounds good to me. I'm breaking my neck for a piss anyway.
No.
Don't get them mixed up because you'll be pressing the wrong button.
Sorry to keep you guys up so late. And, hopefully by next week we'll get it all sorted out. But actually, speaking of, next week I will not be on the show. I will be at the expo in St. Louis. But there will be a show as far as we are concerned right now. I believe everyone is in agreement with that.
Yeah, we'll be getting a guest on.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to get a Nick replacement for the night?
Could never, ever get a Nick replacement in the entire world, mate. There's only just one of you.
Yeah, that's agreed there. Yeah.
One's enough, believe me.
That's true. That goes for all of you guys as well. But
if you want to have a bit of a giggle, I don't know what we might be doing, like a little bit of an after show, just trying to sort it out. So if you want to watch us, I don't know where you want to do it, Nick.
This channel, might as well.
Yep.
I mean, we'll probably end up deleting the stream afterwards, to be perfectly honest, but because it's going to be a lot of.
Yeah, delete the other stream as well, the one that I attempted to do.
Yeah. So
get rid of that one.
It is what it is. If you wanted to just come hang out for the chat, and if you got nothing else better to do, I suppose.
Then have a bit of a giggle.
Yeah.
But just the review I will be doing this week will be for the Mage V2 mech.
Ooh, nice.
He's doing it in single and stacked mode.
Mangy.
Nice. Does anyone want to say goodbye?
Yeah, I'll say goodbye. Thank you so much to everybody. I'm so sorry that we didn't get there on time. We are going to get this worked out, people. We are going to get it so we're just stream happy. Thank you very much to all the spanners and everybody in chat. You make this show. Thank you so much for hanging around. We love you loads. Also, I'd like to say thank you very much to all the co-hosts. Wonderful Mike, the wonderful Mobro, and you can't beat the Nick. Ladies and gentlemen, look after yourself, and we will see you again.
I don't think I could top that, so we're just going to say goodbye, I think, right?
Yep.
Unless, Mo, you want to say bye?
No, I'd just say goodbye, everybody. And apologies for my shower of a shit of attempt at a live stream. But I'll have to have a tinker in the future.
At least you tried, mate. At least you tried.
I give it a go.
I see OBS. I'll just shut the program down.
But yeah, I'll just say goodbye. And once again, thanks to everybody who's tuned in. And congratulations once again to Ben for the winning meme this week. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. We love them.
Can I just say one more thing?
Go on. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been voted in the best reviewer category, best reviewer of the year category for Vapor Round.
That's right. You have, yeah.
If you have got 2 seconds of your time, please go over and vote for me. I am the underdog out of everybody who is in there. So please, if you've got a couple of seconds of your time, you don't want to just vote for the normal people, please vote for Little Bro. It would be just nice to not finish last this time.
Yeah, congrats for getting your foot in there as well, dude.
Yeah, well, I've been really lucky this year. I got into the eSig Click last 10 as well.
Yeah, you did,
so,
yeah. Fair play to you.
Sorry.
Good effort, mate. Fucking awesome. Well deserved.
Damn fucking right.
All right, guys. Well, have a good night. And for those of you that want to stick around, we'll see you in a couple of minutes right here.
Yep. So,
cool. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. I didn't do a cloud.